We should be live now. You won't be hearing any of the lovely wind noises from the game, though, because I'm not quite live. I don't have the window up, so it isn't doing much for me right now. But soon. That's not the thing I wanted to link in a tweet. This is. Get my shit set up and no, still not quite. There we go. Need to get my windows in the right order and shit so that I can see everything I need to on my second monitor. Hopefully I'm coming through alright, and now you can hear all of these lovely wind noises in the game. Hello, shiny bird teeth. No, my avatar is a mouse. A German mouse. Hello, Civil Twilight, and everyone else who has shown up so far. Wally, I assure you, I will never get over it. I am not now, nor have I ever been over it. It does sound like there's a fan on in the background of the menu screen. Like under the sound of the wind. It's a bit strange. People a little bit to come in and then we'll get going. Not that too many people are going to be missing too many things. Check to make sure I tweeted there. Just to be totally sure. Yeah, there we go. Oops. Keep doing that. There we go. Okay, it is 6 p.m. now, so might as well get started. Others who end up coming late probably aren't going to miss too much. Now, if you weren't around for the first stream of this game, basically, we are a man with a hammer and a cauldron, most of our body in a cauldron. And the whole idea of this game is to pull yourself up this mountain. Last week, we talked about the concept of B movies, B culture, and it's particularly B games, which this game sort of considers itself to be one of. And basically, it's hard as shit, but kind of fun. For the record, where we originally started is basically right over to our left. This spot over here is generally where you end up falling when you fail at things, and it's actually really tough to get further back than this, but this can basically be considered the start of the game. So let's get back to climbing, because we found some really interesting things up in the sky. Uh-oh. Being up there definitely got me a lot more used to the whole, you know, movement of this game. Okay, let's do it like this. Oh, didn't quite get enough torque on that. Or at least upward leverage. Last time I had more or less gotten the hang of, like, moving around in this kind of system. Oh hey, the coffee cup ended up back where it started. He just pulled an interesting move there. But we good. Ah yes, a T game. Some level below B. There are also brief, like, commentary made by the creator of the game, who is also the creator of QWOP, if you don't know, Bennett Foddy. The full name of this game is Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, and he probably won't be talking to us too much until we get back up into the sky and into areas we hadn't really been to before. But he does, you know, when a man starts talking with subtitles about weird philosophical ramblings, that's Bennett, the creator of the game. He's fun. Nowhere near enough power. Downward motions with the mouse are kind of tough. Yeah, this guy made QWOP, for the record. Tomowis, you were probably thinking of Sexy Hiking, which this game is like an homage to. He talks about it in one of his conversations. And essentially how it's like the perfect B game, a bunch of reused assets and a lot of weirdness, and like very, very uncompromising about what it does and very difficult. Slow Beef, thank you for the host. For those of you who have not been here, this is really one of the first very difficult challenges, just getting up this thing. Generally, it takes a few tries each time I try to do it. Ah, damn, almost. And the big thing about this game, again, if you haven't seen it, is that there is no such thing as permanent progress. Okay. Not quite correct. Put myself up to this. Tablo, thank you for the follow. Or Toblo. Nope. This is also where you'll see people get stuck a lot when you're watching people stream this, because this is really the first, like, stupidly precise trick kind of thing. We did get further in a previous stream than or like in last week's stream than this, but it did take a bit, so I make no promises that you're going to see a ton of new stuff. Oh, Jackalope Darling, thank you for the follow as well. I did not see the second one. Oop, I keep getting myself stuck on, oops. Uh-oh. Well, that's a new one.
There are no regrets in life, just lessons. Jennifer Aniston.
Thank you, Bennett. That's a new quote. I don't think we heard that last week. He mostly chimes in when you erase a large amount of your progress. Uh-oh. Oh, that worked out so much better than it had any right to. Uh-oh.
No.
Curses. Foiled again. So yeah, a lot of the movement in this game is about sort of really flinging yourself.
No.
Almost back where we started. This game is definitely very weird and very rude, but in a charming way. At least for me. I know a lot of people have gotten quite frustrated even just watching me play it. Uh-oh. I enjoyed my time with it, which is why I've ended up streaming it a second time. I'm trying to balance myself out here so that I can then launch myself up. There we go. He just looked directly at me. I am certain that someone has finished this game by now. I know there are people who have been further than I have. Oops. I'm sure that you would be able to find a completed playthrough of this game somewhere. I don't know how much longer it is after the parts that we got to. I'd prefer not to know what's ahead, basically, in general. So please no spoilers if you do know anything about this game. Whoops. Yeah, definitely gotta get more of the feeling for it again. Hup, 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 hup. For the record, this game has not been officially released yet on Steam. It will be in early December, basically. I was able to get it through like the humble monthly subscription bundle. It might not be like wide release available yet, which I think is unfortunate because this game is very good and fun. If you don't, if you hate yourself. Oop. Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to do is position myself here so that I can sort of pogo up, pull my hammer up very quickly and get caught and catch it on the lamppost, which will allow me to pull myself up further. It's complicated. Of course, that's kind of how you can describe this whole game. Complicated. That didn't work at all. Oh yes, and I make no promises that I make any sort of, you know, tangible progress at any point in this. You will hopefully be able to see a bit more than this by the time that we've spent a little time here, but This part has definitely managed to stump me for quite a while in the past, even the times that I was able to get up it. Ugh, that didn't work at all. Like, I know I can do this. This is how I did it all the other times that I did it. Almost. Yeah, I think I get more height when I do it, like when I try to get it more or less straight down from Cauldron Man. Because I can't quite reach that from there. Let's do this perpendicular. Oh, this is all about the journey, and it's a very circular journey. Almost. Well, here we go. Sometimes the hammer will go into very strange places when you go flying like that. Mostly because it tries to center the end of the hammer wherever my mouse is, and sometimes because of the way the camera moves, that'll make it go into really strange places. And that's really sort of the crux of why this game controls so weird. Yeah, we went a little bit backwards, which is kind of the entire experience with this game, going a little bit backwards. Can't remember how long it took me to get this the first time. May have to get back used to it again. Nope. Ugh. Yeesh, I just cannot get myself up there, huh? Ugh. Oh, that almost worked. It didn't, but it almost did. And for those who did miss the previous stream of this, this is very much par for the course. This is just a very difficult game to do anything in. I'm getting so close to that thing, but just cannot get myself to hook on it. Yeah, that time I know that I hit the wrong end of the, basically I tugged this part here and that kind of whipped me downwards, and that goes pretty poorly when you do that. So you really gotta like pogo and then pull the mouse up sort of like on the right side as the guy goes up to be able to properly hit this, more or less. Ugh. I don't know why I'm not getting any, like, leverage on that when I do it up there. That is a bit strange. Pushing myself up onto this rock to give myself a little extra leverage. My hammer is slipping, which is making it difficult. Which is kind of why I didn't really do that much in the past either. I would just set myself up here and try to get over as far as I can. Wump. It's going well. The parts after this aren't nearly as difficult, too. This is definitely kind of meant to be the first wall type situation. I did have the motion more or less down in the past. Ugh, but he is just not pulling up fast enough, it seems. That was the kind of thing that would often happen last time. Nope. Incredibly nope. I mean, the thing about it is there are very few, like, really tricks to this game exactly. Most of them involve just very wide hammer, like high momentum hammer swings. Like that time I just did it with a lot of force. Oops. Oops. I do think the speed that I do it at isn't actually as important. Well, here we go again.
Pain has an element of blank. It cannot recollect when it began, or if there were a day when it was not. It has no future but itself. Its infinite realms contain its past, enlightened to perceive new periods of pain. Emily Dickinson.
The thing about climbing in the passage itself is that you don't actually, like, it's too thin to actually get proper, like, full swings with it. So I can't do that. Like, basically the thing that I do most of the time, especially when I'm out in open ground, is these big wide swings that give me a ton of momentum. And the thing about it is that, like, this works and is kind of meant to be how you get around a lot of the time, but in that one tunnel, it just doesn't quite. There we go. As soon as you can hook yourself into this rock, you're pretty much back up here. Which sometimes happens quickly, sometimes does not. I've heard one thing you can do is sort of like rattle the hammer against the walls above you to make it happen. I have never been able to get that to work properly. Like, I'll go up a little bit and then just fall out of the thing and like fling myself back 50 yards. I think the big thing is I was trying to pull it down too fast when what you really want is a bit more of a longer, sustained pull to get the good pogos going. Like, yeah, that got me so much further and isn't quite, like, it isn't the super speedy one that I was attempting to do earlier. I think that's one thing I gotta do. There we go. Of course, now you gotta keep it. So it's not quite enough to just, you know, hit this thing. Yeah, you gotta be able to hook yourself up to the second one after that. Still, that's, you know, progress. Almost. Yeah, I think remembering to do it as sustained instead of fast and as hard as possible is probably going to help. Wink? It's also really difficult to get yourself into position here. Just because, again, you have so little room to maneuver. Almost. That was like, that's the kind of thing that I'm trying to do. I just hooked below the lamp instead of above it. Unfortunately. Ah, damn. So yeah, when you get to that point, sometimes you just, you know, fling yourself straight up there. Sometimes you don't quite make it. The incline of this hill is also sort of perfectly sized to make it very hard to get a stable place for your pot to rest. Basically, this is sort of meant to be difficult every single time, and I guarantee you this won't be the only time we see it. Almost. I'm getting, like, more progress. I say, of being at the same 5 feet for 20 minutes. Yeah, that one, like, that's what I want to do. I just need to cut a tighter circle when I'm bringing the hammer up with me. Because you saw how I got high enough to hit it. I just couldn't quite make it happen. That's something that I haven't done in a bit. That usually happens a lot more often. Okay. Damn. In my experience, it's not so much pogoing off that first lance as it is, like, wedging yourself up in that wall. Like, I've been almost getting it, and usually I've, like, sort of lucked my way into getting up there at least once. Now, granted, when you do get up there, you do still have one last jump you have to make, and it goes very badly, like, half the time. Whoa. Yeah, so you can really see how when, like, the camera gets you moving sometimes, you will, like, just go absolutely flying as the man pulls the hammer with an incredible amount of torque to attempt to get the hammer's head to where the mouse indicator is. I will absolutely never get out of this pot. It's my only heirloom. Yeah, don't worry about it too much, Tomowis. It's not exactly like I have an incredible amount to talk about here. Yes, ah, God, I almost managed to hook the second one there. Like, that was really, really close. Ugh. It's also worth noting the physics for this game are probably more correct than they should be, the way that like the hammer affects the center of gravity of the man in the cauldron. Nope. Whoa. Oops. Not really sure why I didn't get much on that. Like, oops. It's a shame too, because the game starts getting a lot more interesting looking once you get to the quote-unquote second area, which we have been to, but we're kind of violently ejected from at the end of the last stream. For the third or fourth time. Okay. Now we have to, like, keep it. Damn it. That was a weird position that I had never been in before. God, I love how the sky just very suddenly gets blue as you go up this cliff. Come on. See, that's the shit that I wanted to do. Okay, now the one sort of problem I have is I get the feeling if I... Okay. We might be able to get this. I might be able to break through the clouds. We're here! Okay. Ugh. Yes, Swampykins. Beebaw, that's a pretty good name for a guy in a pot. Oh no. Incidentally, it is very easy to launch yourself off in this next area. So try not to get too much velocity as you scale this building here. Yeah, welcome to Asset Town. This is the part where the game starts getting wacky. We have already seen most of Bennett's dialogue in this section. Although he did have one thing that he mentioned about how this wall seems to get harder the more people have completed it. Which I thought was kind of funny. Oh yeah, this is definitely the kind of game that some people are going to get really, really shouty about. It's a game that sort of not asks you to be angry at it, but certainly allows it. Alright, looks like we are going to make it over to the spot. You know, assuming I don't fall off here, which I have done before. Oh, this game actually absolutely has the potential to make you angry. There we go. We have made it to the houses in the sky. We are approaching as far as I have ever gotten in this game, for the record. Also, that pit isn't like instant death, because what the game is about to ask us to do is completely ridiculous.
Oft expectation fails, and most oft where most it promises, and oft it hits where hope is coldest and despair most sits. William Shakespeare, all's well that ends well.
Oh, Bennett. So yeah, the pit has a little bit below it, but if you fall off this edge that I am currently sitting on, then you're back at the start. For the record. Uh-oh. For the record, having a big mouse pad is very helpful for this game. Especially once you get to this section, there are some acrobatics that it expects. I'm also having a lot of trouble getting myself back up here. Pretty Hate Machine. So basically, this game is, like, not wide release out yet. I got it through the Humble Monthly Bundle, basically, and it'll be out on Steam in early December. I believe December 7th. So basically, the reason that the game is actually kind of taking pity on us and giving us such a small hole that we have to worry about for actually, you know, losing a ton of progress is actually that you were expected to do some fucking wild shit here. Because, I mean, you've probably noticed it's a bit hard to lose progress at the moment. Uh-oh. There we go. Because basically this is the part of the game that really taught me how to, like, swing the hammer in a giant circle to try to get to places ridiculously quickly, because you kind of have to do it over here. And to be able to do that sort of thing sort of necessitates that you have the confidence that, while you are certainly going to lose progress as you fuck this up repeatedly.
Even as the stone of the fruit must break, that its heart may stand in the sun, so must you know pain. And could you keep your heart in wonder at the daily miracles of your life, your pain would not seem less wondrous than your joy. Khalil Gibran.
W.M. Reese, thank you for the follow. Oh god! That was almost back to the start. Yeah, you can sort of see right now how, like, the only real way to scale that wall right there, and we're trying to get on top of the sort of box fort that's up top, is to just swing wildly and gain a ton of momentum and just, you know, hook onto all of these little areas and fly up them. Uh-oh. Okay. Boy, we are gonna lose this before I make much progress. I can feel it. Uh-oh. Okay. I thought I was about to launch myself off. Okay, I am perfectly happy with the grill. Last time around, we made really good friends with the grill because the grill was always saving us. Basically, when I send myself flying on these sides over here, the grill tends to be what saves me. I I don't think this would be better with a controller because honestly, you have to be able to like swing your mouse around like a diseased madman. Wow, I don't think I've ever managed to like balance myself on something like this. I mean, I suppose the mountain was more of a metaphor, Minerva. Okay, progress. Hooray. Now here's where we gotta start doing some shit. Because the actual way to go here is down and onto a ledge that's sort of just hanging out over there. Like I said, this game gets a little bit ridiculous. Oops. Yeah, we have almost entered the box zone, and I have never made it past box zone, for the record. I do have some stuff I want to try, though. I don't think I've even ever seen what's up there because there's basically nothing to hold on to after this spot here. That's a bit of a deep cut on Taran. Oh. This is fine. Okay, this jump here is basically the last place that I have made progress in this game on. So Bennett, if we can make our way up this hell staircase, Bennett may chime in some more. Because he basically has two modes of conversation. One when you, like, make progress, and one when you fail to make progress. Nope. I do have a thought, though. What happens if I try to go over this way? Seems like there's no real way to get any sort of foothold on that. Which is unfortunate. I thought I'd be clever by trying that out. Eh, there's even a sign up there that says wrong way. That's kind of funny. I'd never tried that the first stream. Didn't really occur to me at the time. Oops. Uh-oh. Well. Oh, well, we're done here. And that's this game. Right there. In a nutshell. Kurt's gesagt. That was surprisingly easy. Very good use of Ike emote, Civil Twilight. Incidentally, if you subscribe, you will get the Ike emote. As well as my loving gratitude. We're still kind of working out what we want to be the $10 and $24 subscription tiers, but figured I'd mention. Yeah, everything about this game is basically, it's a strat. It either works and you're like, oh yeah, that was on purpose, or it doesn't. And you're like, well, fuck. USCIA NL, SNL. Thank you for the follow. Wow, he got a lot more momentum off that than I was expecting him to. Sometimes, like, the way that Potman moves is just very strange. Oops. Oh no. Let's try this again. I mean, I've done it once on this stream already, so clearly this time it's going to be much easier and, you know, simple. Just do whatever I did before. Oh, I had it for a second there. We will get over it. Yeah, dunking yourself into the things in this game is sort of a time-honored tradition. Come on. My guy. Uh-oh. Okay, I will accept the position I am currently in. Yeah, honestly, the funniest part about this particular ledge here is that you spend all this time going up the cave, and anytime you get up here, you're not really done yet. You still do have to, like, you know, confirm the victory, as it were. And it is very easy to send yourself back to the start. An important thing, if you haven't realized, is that if the hammer is sort of stuck fast somewhere, the guy can basically pull himself towards the hammer if you pull it, like, in towards him, which becomes very important part of the movement, like when you're doing something like this, for example. I sort of feel like this entire bar swing section is meant to sort of help you with the move, with this sort of weird ass, bullshit ass movement. See, I gotta like pull myself up a little bit, then over, and then gently place myself down on this caution block here. And if you're wondering, yes, I have fallen all the way down the mountain off of that part over there. I think the first time I ever did it, in fact. Those who remember last week's stream will probably be able to recall. Lord knows I blocked most of it out. Uh-oh. And yeah, the bulk of the assets for this game are like pre-rendered things that he threw in. He talks about how like B games are sort of the embodiment of internet culture and the whole like, you know, take some assets and put them take some assets and recontextualize them basically. Into your own thing that's very quickly consumed. I mean, honestly, one thing that is sort of worth playing the game for, if you're, you know, able to handle all of this, is just the narration. Because on one hand, it's pretentious as all get out. On the other hand, it is, like, I find it interesting, at least personally. You know, I'm not sure that worked out the way I expected it to, but it did work out. I don't believe that I can hammer the child. Spare the hammer, spoil the child.
This is the hour of lead, remembered if outlived, as freezing persons recollect the snow. First chill, then stupor, then the letting go. Emily Dickinson. I feel your pain. The pain in knowing this has happened to you. The pain in knowing what more tears we've gained. But through all this, I feel your pain. Octavia Hawkins Richardson. I'm crushing your dreams and dashing your hopes. You're climbing a mountain with a hammer and no ropes.
This certainly seems a lot less
seems
dangerous.
no more a soulless thing, but rather as a shape of ancient fear, in darkness and the winds of chaos born, amid the lordless heavens thundering, a presence crouched, enormous and austere, before whose feet the mighty waters mourn. George Sterling.
I seem to have also found, like, a quote generation machine, because I'm clearly falling from, like, one zone to another here, which tends to trigger a failure quote. So that's kind of funny. I'm getting there. I often seem to run out of mousepad real estate when I'm trying this mega jump here. Yeah, basically I'm falling through a failure plane. This is actually a different version of this song, which has played a few times so far. Was not expecting Hammer Guy to figure out how to, like, launch himself around there. Go figure. Boy, I was able to get this real easy at first, and now it's sort of like, Yeah, I think the way to do that part there is sort of to, like, hook yourself on the stairs and launch yourself. Catch yourself on the side of that thing to, like, push yourself back onto the stairs and sort of rattle yourself up or something like that. It's really weird. Keep doing that. I need to... I guess it's like a house. When I do this, my mouse just ends up like on the top right corner of my mouse pad, not able to go anywhere else. This is still much safer tech though, so far, and it's also gotten me much further than doing it the correct way. Like, I definitely had not gone, like, almost up this thing.
When games were new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick fix for the fickle, some tricks for the clicks of the feckless. But that's not you. You're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat.
He's also gotten a lot more poetic since we got up here. I know I have to launch myself onto that security camera. I don't know how.
Now I know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, while some dude with 10 million views does it for you.
Yep.
Like a baby bird being fed chewed up food. That's culture too.
I mean, statistically speaking, that's just a fair statement. I have to imagine the majority of people who end up seeing this game will see it via someone else doing it.
No.
There's also that. I feel like a lot of people, Serene included.
Whenever I climb, I'm followed by a dog called Ego. Friedrich Nietzsche.
Some people probably would not take to this dude quite as well as I have.
I'm gonna let you be for a little bit.
Well, see you later, Bennett. I love the implication that even the game's narrator is getting a little, tired of throwing failure quotes at you. The dude made Quap. He definitely gets hate mail. Not quite there. Nope. Wow, I have put myself in quite the position here. Boy, like, the heel of the hammer fits perfectly in that little gap. That almost worked. I'm getting a little better at saving myself. Uh-oh. You can also pogo yourself real fucking easy when your camera is, like, flying with you. Okay. Now, where am I going? Presumably up to that couch up there first, but that's where things get getting dicey. Hey, this is basically Quap with Zen koans. No! Okay. Yeah, this is going to be one of those areas that I am going to get up really fast the one time that I manage to do it. But I, at least as long as I push myself to the right at the end, can get back to a safe space. Also, yeah, if you don't know why we're talking Quap, it's because Bennett Foddy made Quap. All this shit is sort of just his thing. I'm a little surprised I survived that.
You'll be back here again and again. Avenge and repent until you've ascended. Or until you're contented.
Here we go. Yeah, there are really just no safe spaces up there. I'm just gonna have to launch myself up the entire thing. And that's gonna go great. And yes, it's literally because he likes sexy hiking. This whole game comes out of the idea of sexy hiking as culture. Maybe someday I'll play sexy hiking on stream. I'm sure, given how, like, people seem to enjoy this bullshit, I imagine that'd get me a few views as well. Nope. There are a lot of places I can hook myself onto over here, which definitely helps. Uh-oh. The hardest part is definitely switching over to the other side, because you either do a wide overhand swing, which is much easier to control, or he does that short flip, which usually is what ends up doing, like, you know, pogoing you. Which seems like it's kind of more useful, but much, much harder to control. Uh-oh. I am surprised I haven't been dunked back to the Shadow Realm yet. Nope. Don't ask me to do that again. The game will ask me to do it again, but none of you should. Oh wow, this is cruel. Because I know you'd be able to hook up there, like hook your hammer up there, and you just can't reach it. God, we are going to get sent pinballing down this entire thing. Oh no. This does seem like a little bit of a safe area, solely because it's a pretty small opening over there. I have not been able to get myself to, like, swing the thing up like I need to. I think I'm gonna have to make, like, an up and around, like, counterclockwise motion here. Yeah, like that. Oh dear.
But on the off chance that you're playing this, what I'm saying is, trash is disposable, but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you've got this far.
That's
feeling
fair.
Frustrated. It's underrated.
Seems like that voice line screwed up a little bit.
An
Look!
orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter peel. That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice.
I had to do it. I had to do it. Yeah, there we go. Here's another version of this song. Which, again, I like that this song has been used several times with, like, several different bands and shit. It's really good. Like, it's not the only musical number that they've had, but I really like that he keeps coming back to it. Okay, we're back over here. I like that we had more or less made it back to a mountain. Too much horizontal movement there, not enough vertical. Almost. Yeah, hooking yourself up the first few seems to be the hardest part here. Serena's now abandoning us for The Apprentice, which is fair enough. A lot more will happen in those 30 minutes. And if you're wondering, it's The British Apprentice with not Donald Trump, so... Hup, hup, hup. Yeah, I guess you can watch both. I also have to be honest, I have definitely bought into the bullshit at this point. I really like how he's like sort of talking both to people who are actually playing the game and the people who are like on you know, watching you the streamers. Or you the streamees? I don't know, is there a term for viewers? Alright, I've done the trick. I've like, you know, gotten up this at least once. Which, to be fair, nothing here has felt quite as difficult, for at least for me personally, as the vertical shaft. So the fact that we haven't been back there yet is kind of comforting in a way. There we go. Oh, is that what viewers are called, Kaylin? Viewers. Come on, come on! Okay. We've now wedged ourselves back in this toilet. Uh-oh. Okay, that is definitely a hole back. Alright, we're back to the orange, and this time I'm not going to try to crush it and kill myself, which I have to imagine was the plan when he placed it there. Uh-oh. Well. Back at it again.
No.
I love those just slight little moments when you can tell that it's Bennett voicing this man. So pumpkins, this is officially a Halloween stream. Oh, this game is incredibly incredibly mean, Revked. That's sort of the whole point of it. I'm not really sure if I have angelic patience or if, like, just literally everything about this game clicks with me. Probably some mixture of the two. I mean, the fucked up thing is there really is actually, you know, like, a mastery to all this shit that you can do. It's just really hard to do anything the same way twice. Particularly as it starts forcing you to, you know, really abuse the momentum system. Like, every time I make it up to these parts, it is... whatever I do is different than whatever I did last time, which is really cool. Wow, I don't think I've ever managed to land on the security camera before. I would say mastery of this game is much more understanding the momentum and being able to, like, put yourself in situations to succeed. Because, like, a lot of this is me just flailing my effing mouse around and hoping I manage to hit something that sends me flying upwards instead of downwards, but I'm definitely getting a feel for it. Particularly, like, the huge, huge leaps. Nope. God, it's so easy to just catch on every little thing. Pogoing off the toilet seems like a decent plan, though. Uh-oh. There's also that church bell just off in the distance. I wonder if we'll ever find it. Okay. I love these chairs right here. This is some straight grandma shit. I feel like I'm wandering through a post-apocalyptic IKEA. We're back here, and back at the problem of getting ourselves up this ledge, which, God, I feel like I'm gonna have to sort of swing myself up as I hang off this ledge. Uh-oh. Boy, there is not much you can do if you fail here. I wonder if I can get up that car. Or, like, launch myself over to that car. Probably not. Pretty hate machine. Thank you for the bits. I extremely appreciate it in this time of great need. Like, I wonder if we should just start going exploring up here. I'm not going to say we've reached a branching path, but you never know. Now, granted, it may end up putting us back at the actual start. Yeah, the slope above the orange, I am legit not sure if, like, that's where I need to go. But at the same time, I could believe it very easily. There we go. I'm getting better at this part. Uh-oh. I say as I almost dunk myself back to the Shadow Realm. It really is, like, I legit don't know exactly where I should go from there. But I also imagine that it might be the car that's at the top of that slide. God, that would be terrifying. Whoa, I think I caught on a chair leg there, or a table leg there or something. Uh-oh. God, there's just so much mouse flailing. Nope. That was worth a shot. I'd be surprised if the TI-89 couldn't run Doom, honestly. People have programmed Doom onto everything. Like, haven't people programmed Doom onto, like, literally Microsoft Excel? I was gonna say, I think I got that. Oops. And then I just Shadow Realm myself there with my own motion. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No! Oh yeah, none of those calculator games actually controlled well. Like, certainly weren't getting a crisp 30 frames per second or anything. Okay. No! I will say, the game is a lot more fun here than it is when you're just getting stuck on that first ledge for, like, half hour at a time. Just because, like, I don't know, I fail a lot here, but it's so ridiculous that every time something goes right, it's great. And yeah, this is a much stabler place, I would say. Yes, Grints, we have made it all the way to the orange. Uh-oh. We've been down and around here a few times. Uh-oh. Every time I do something right, it feels like I'm abusing physics, which is sort of correct. Honestly, in a lot of cases, you'd really prefer to be standing, or like, you know, have your hammer resting on a ledge and the guy hanging off of it, because that's really how you get the most momentum out of anything. Like those huge wide swings that I like the one I just did there. We still talk about Doom adaptations in chat. Whee! Okay, so this is the part where I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go up, which terrifies me, or all the way over to the left, which might send me back to the very beginning of the game. So, like, you know, decisions. Up seems safer, I say. Uh-oh. It's not enough oomph. Like, sometimes you really gotta just yank this thing to the bottom of the screen to get yourself really moving. Nope. Almost. Oops. Nope. Almost just dunked myself. It is interesting that the game provides you this second little safe area that, you know, you can still end up back at the start here, but it's a very specific place, basically, that shadow bans you. If I can just get myself with enough force to get up to the edge of the building rather than the bottom of it there, then I'd be fine. But it is very tough to do that. I'm just not getting the momentum for that at the moment. You know, like that. That's a little too far. This man definitely does a lot of open palm slamming in the morning. I don't know if it's VHSs or not, but I guess that would be kind of in keeping with the whole B game theme. Or B culture. I feel like I'm just doing this a little too slow, basically. Like, the ridiculous torque that you get is basically from moving the mouse to places it really shouldn't ever go. Man, I was able to do this pretty easily before. As a car honks at me. Yeah, like that. You know, just correctly. I mean, I say correctly, but I'm very much trying to skip this part anyway. We back. Okay. This is very much a game where, like, when you fail things, there are very specific parts that are, like, ridiculously difficult to do, and I get the feeling they'll be different for any given person, what they find to be the most ridiculous in this game. But then when you get stuck on them, it's sort of just like, oh, let me do this. Come on, let this be the time. And, like... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're fine somehow. I jiggled this. I've also lowered the mouse sensitivity, which I'm still not sure whether this game wants your sensitivity really low or really high. Like, you'd think really low just for the sake of precision movement, but when you get up to this point, there's a lot of, like, you know, just weird-ass momentum shit. I honestly think the biggest thing is just getting a feel for momentum that you like. And then just using that. Uh-oh. Okay, I managed to at least avoid dunking myself back into the home zone. Uh-oh. Okay. No, not quite what I wanted there. Uh-oh. I'm shocked that I keep, like, when I get up here, that I manage to keep not throwing myself down. I think it must just be much easier to go up from the top of that than from the bottom. Ah, yes, this game with a Wiimote. As if I'm not doing enough to give myself carpal tunnel syndrome. I will say, I was surprised, like, how not awful my wrist felt the next day after I played this the first time. Like, I even did a Mario 64 speedrun right afterwards instead of PB. Ideally, we'll be doing that tonight, too. No promises, though. So, fun fact, Ragni, this game actually has a mode called Trackpad Precision, so I imagine that you are supposed to be able to play this with a trackpad, which is not quite those little nubs that they used to put on laptops, but... I cannot imagine what this game would be like with a trackpad. This is fine. The mountain seems to have come back, I've noticed. And I mean, I guess we did have a rock climb over that way. Once we got through this section. Still don't know what's down that little hole. Not sure I want to find out. Well, we're back here again.
No.
You know, one of the tough things about this game is that when you do fall, like when you're in the process of falling, a lot of the times when your hammer catches on something, the speed at which the camera is moving torques your mouse really far away from the head, and that's kind of how you get those I threw myself completely away kind of moments. That orange. Whoops. Yeah, I could believe that goes to the box zone. think that just gave me a half second to think there. He definitely has a... I could sort of see the Toy Story human in that guy.
No.
Uh-oh. I think it's sort of the simplicity of the polygons, long before we had like a lot of the skin rendering tech. That was kind of what Toy Story was, which makes the people look very plastic. He did say he'd leave us alone for a little bit and had a few comments to make as we got a little further. We've mostly heard him grunt and stutter as the man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I get the feeling he has like a set number of failure quotes that he gives before he kind of gives you a break from them. Uh-oh. This is actually good, it turns out. God, the reflection through the window is really fucking weird. Also, if someone in chat knows the name of that painting, I bet it's like something cruel and ironic, and I would laugh at it, so feel free to tell me. Hup, hup, hup. Uh-oh. This is fine. Well, we're back here again. Yes, Bennett figured out how to make an infinite well of content to hurt us. Hello again. I am just gonna have to fucking take that every time I get to it, huh? Like, that's... ugh. Yeah, this man could have, like, green Gatorade sweat. I could believe that. God, I always feel like I don't quite have the muscle memory that helps me get up there properly. Well, that and it's kind of complete bullshit what does it. It just seemed like launching myself off of this very 1970s couch here isn't the way to go. When I get up to that. Because I can really hook myself on it and, you know, fairly safely. I don't know, I have to imagine the speedrun for this game is going to be glorious. Like, you're going to see this at AGDQ or SGDQ in, like, a year's time. And it is going to be one of the funniest fucking things. Like, it's one of those games that I can really tell the speed tech for it is going to be absolutely hilarious. I don't know, Deathspeak, this is currently a, like, 3-hour segmented playthrough. Welp! So, I guess for those of you who didn't see it, we're back at the start of the game, and we know what's on the other side of that car now. This is the literal start. This is the actual beginning of the game, and... It's good. It's real good. Ta-da! Well, at least we've answered the question as to which way we have to go. Pretty much conclusively at this point. A task of this game would be fucking wild. Because, like, I get the feeling there are ways to launch yourself even faster than the shit I can do with my hands. And a lot of the, like, mistakes you make in this game are sort of built on compounding other mistakes you make, so, like, something with machine precision would be able to do some shit with this. That worked out a little better than I expected it to. Uh-oh. 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 I'm doing it again. I wonder if Bennett will, like, come back to taunt me for my failures again. I kind of enjoy his commentary. Because I'm a crazy person. Yeah, Tomois, feel free. I know it's like 1 in the morning for you at this point. Or 2 in the morning, actually. Death Speak, he would never word it like that. And yeah, I most likely exhausted the majority of his voice clips here, although I imagine there's still a few more, like, failure-related voice clips. Uh-oh. Back to the start we go. Alley-oop, alley-oop. I'm surprised, that normally does launch me over pretty consistently. Uh-oh. I'm getting very good at understanding exactly the ones that are going to kill me now. There is sort of just a certain momentum that you give yourself that pushes you up and out. In general, when you're climbing up this part of the mountain, that little spot right there is really good for launching yourself over this rock. Uh-oh. Didn't do a wide enough circle there. That time I just let my mouse slip. I'm legit shocked I managed to hit that. Uh-oh. Yes, Civil Twilight. We actually made our way pretty, like, a pretty decent amount. But there is some shit way up top. Like, We made it back to a mountain, and the mountain is absolutely one of the hardest climbs that I have seen so far. And you really only get one shot at it, because if not, you get dunked back to the car and house zone. Like to the slide zone. There we go. The nice thing about this game is you certainly don't have to worry about missing too much if you end up walking out of the stream for some reason. All you'll really miss are some hilarious saves that all come to naught anyway. And now we're back to my old nemesis. Almost. Clausy, thank you for the follow. In this dark, dark time. Ugh. I had heard that worked, but I was never able to do it before now. Also important to note, that tree is actually a background object. The GIF of my follower GIF, type !subsong, and you'll get a very lovely video. If you sub, we even play some stuff from that. But basically, it's an Italian video called Prison Cavolo 99 Chiusel. And that's why I made a sub command for it, because I'm not going to spell that. The video that it links to is beautiful, by the way. This part here is, I suppose, tougher than it looks, and it already looks pretty tough. The biggest thing being that if you get, like, any horizontal momentum, you are going to go flying away from that wall, and possibly even away from the, like, mountain, basically back down to the start. Oh, congrats on finding a beer, Tomois. Yeah, if you've never seen the Prison Cavolo 99 Chiusel video, I strongly recommend watching it sometime. It's absolutely hilarious. And basically the idea of the song itself is like, this is what English sounds like to people who don't speak it, because it's basically a bunch of nonsense that sounds very similar to English. I'm literally shocked I didn't get dunked there. God, I've mentioned this a lot in the last stream, but the Foley in this game is so good. I just realized the cardboard boxes have their own, like, smacking a cardboard box with a hammer sound, which owns. Pirate's Gap, thank you for the bits. As we come back here to the Corridor of Pain. Or maybe the Corridor of Triumph, because it's the one place I've actually, like, you know, been able to consistently make progress in tonight. So yeah, basically if I start here on the couch and fling myself up, I can really abuse the momentum mechanics to get myself up to this toilet here. Uh-oh. The sheer number of types of movements that you have to make in this game are hilarious and ridiculous. Okay, we're back here. This is the slope. This truly is hell. No. Uh-oh. That was almost very bad. I think I need to drink a water real quick though, so I will be right back. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I gotta say, it's really nice weather out, basically. The temperature finally started going down, but that does mean my window's open and the AC is not on, which means that I'm getting quite sweaty as I play this, so... A bit of water will be good for me. I don't disagree, Pirate's Gap. I think I would have liked Fantasia a lot more if it had a scene about a man in a cauldron. God, sometimes you just fucking launch yourself in like ways that even I don't expect after like 3 hours playing this game. Like that one was on purpose at least. But there's shit I do sometimes that I'm like, wait, what the fuck did I just do? Yeah, God, that like cardboard box Foley is kind of incredible. The way it like zips across it like that, like that's so good. I know I'm talking about the fucking Foley of a hammer hitting a cardboard box in a video game, but it's like, perfect. Dunked myself down. Okay. Whoops. I think I'll take, depending on how long it takes to get back, I think I'll take 1 or 2 more swings at that part of the mountain and then probably switch over to Mario. Mainly because we've been going for about 2 hours now. Whoa, that was close. I feel like 2 hours is about the exact amount of time with this game that I can play it, where I'm like perfectly happy with everything about it before I start getting like, I don't know, I wouldn't say I've ever gotten legitimately frustrated with this game yet, but or I guess legitimately tilted at this game. It's I've certainly gotten frustrated at it before, but never angry frustrated. But I could certainly see it being the sort of thing that I would be. And I guess while we're here, I should also mention that tomorrow I will be running Super Mario 64 70-star speedrun, probably several times. I think starting around either 1:30 or 2 o'clock. Like, just watch my Twitter for the exact timing of it. So if you enjoy watching Mario speedruns, definitely stick around after this, because we'll be starting one of those. But I will be doing a bunch of them tomorrow, and hopefully getting a new personal best, because I know I can really shave some time off my current one. I came really close earlier this week. Yeah, that's fair. I think I have a lot more tolerance than a lot of people would for a game like this. And I'm not really sure why. I don't know. There's something about it that's just really fucking satisfying to me, and even when Bennett is like literally just, you know, giving you some kind-hearted shit for everything, I find it really nice. I get the feeling a lot of people are going to play this game for about 20 minutes and then go watch a YouTube video. Which is fair. Like, not everyone really has the time or patience for this kind of shit. That's why I'm here. Because I certainly have both of those things. I am exactly the people Bennett wants to hurt. If you haven't seen the trailer for this game, look it up. Oh no. Oh no. This is fine. This is fine. Really hooked myself onto the sink there. God, it's such a kitschy sink, too. The fucking faux wood paneling in a bathroom? God. At least the dark chestnut wood paneling. Just, God, I am in love with the look of this. I also appear to have trapped my hammer. Oh no. Okay, we've freed ourselves. For a half second there, I thought there was a small chance I soft-locked it. Which would be fucking hilarious. I've definitely gotten a lot better at that pogo move tonight. Or like the back and forth pogo move anyway. Uh-oh. We good. This is fine. Almost had to write a bug report. Okay. Here we go again. It's gonna go badly. Very, very badly. Even just getting up here the first part, like for this part here, is stressful. Like, it's not that difficult, but also if you fuck it up, good luck to you. Uh-oh. Speaking of fucking it up, good luck to you. I have put myself into a strange, strange position. Drag myself along here. And yeah, I really wish that it wasn't, that anyone could just go get this today. That's like the one misgiving I've had about streaming it like this. Is that people who missed it in the Humble, like, monthly deal are now gonna have to wait if they want to try it themselves, which kind of sucks. Like, which is also why I haven't been streaming it more. Because basically I feel like it'd work better if this was a game other people could just, you know. pick up and frustrate themselves with. Yeah, I believe I remember someone saying that Humble Bundle themselves actually paid for this game to be made, so it almost certainly wasn't Bennett's choice when it came out. They really wanted like an exclusive like this that would be super popular with a super small subset of people in their monthly subscription bundle. Oh yeah, climb up to the shelves on the boxes. I bet if you fall, that's actually where you end up on top of those shelves. Because like it does look like there's some shit there. I don't know. We could go exploring. I will fall down that thing on purpose next time I make it up there. Because I'm a crazy person. God, sometimes I just launch myself with so much more momentum than I'm expecting. One really small thing that I kind of love is that like church bell in the background there has kind of a Doppler effect on it when you go fucking flying. You know, the one that's been going for like half an hour now. I wonder if it would be easier to launch myself off of this side and then kind of pogo up others' way. Yeah, wow, I gotta keep that in mind, because that's much easier than going for that security camera. You know, if anything in this game can be considered easy. Oh no, that's definitely a church bell. I believe I've seen the edges of a church, the highest that we ever got. Okay, here we go. This time for sure. Uh-oh. Nope! There's teeth up there, too. Creepy. Don't worry, Grill continues to save us. God, I want to give that, like, one last good try on the mountain bit. Then we'll take a break. And, you know, do speedrunning, which is much less, this. I do see a lot in common with them, though. I was kind of talking about that last time we did this. Wow, that was weird. My grill friend. I don't know, I've always been more of a charcoal grill kind of person. But I'm certainly growing to appreciate this gas grill over here. Yeah, it is exactly like that, Ragni. Just one more shot. I could do this. I fucked up that time, but next time I'll do perfectly. Everything that just happened there was weird. It is legit incredible to me that I managed to do this at all, ever. 'Cause there are a lot of times where I just fucking feel like I am flailing. Nope. God, I was able to do it before. Now I'm just like killing my momentum by not quite hitting it right. Uh-oh. Everything I did there was the wrong thing. Everything. Okay, we back. It's always nice. The flails. Sorry, Ragni. You've been stuck in the cauldron zone. We'll be finished here fairly soon, though. I promise, no matter how disappointing the next mountain climb is. Uh-oh. Not like this. Not like this. No! There we go. Okay. We're somewhat safer now. Somewhat being the key word. Yeah, I'm definitely kind of just not quite feeling the mouse movement right now, so... 2 hours maybe the perfect stopping point. Man, I was able to do that one thing that I did once and then never again. And it worked so well that first time, which again feels very much like this game. Nope, that wasn't right. That's sort of half the fun, Kaylin. I have no idea how this game could possibly end. Like, I have no idea if we're getting close to the ending or what. Or if there's, you know, a lot more pain left for us. You know, maybe our end point is the Cathedral of the Bee game, where the bell has been tolling. Oh, unless you mean this, how the stream ends with me going all the way back to the start. And yeah, that was how last week's stream ended. Funnily enough, I haven't quite found too many spots where I can do that very easily. Like, even in this one, I have to fling myself pretty hard to make it all the way back to the start, which is why we've only done it once so far, and we'll only do it a maximum of twice, because this is my last attempt here. Oh, no. And that's getting over it this week. I knew right from the start that that was gonna be it. Well, at least now we know there's no way you could ever stop on that car. That is meant to just fling you all the way back. So, we are going to take a very quick break as I switch games over to Super Mario 64, and I am going to do a 70-star speed run. Given that it's only 8 o'clock, I might do 2, but we'll probably see. But basically, I think I'm gonna make this a regular Friday thing until I finally fucking beat this game, because I'm having so much fun, and, like, I legit don't know if I beat this next week or, like, sometime in January. I could believe either very easily. But I don't know, I have a lot of fun playing this game, particularly on a stream with everyone holding their breath whenever I do something stupid. I feel like we've just made so much progress. Like, we basically, the furthest we made it today was from up that staircase house thing. I had never made it up past there. Up to, that one mountainside after the orange thing. And that was quite a trek. What I might do next time is start a new game, because all that will restart. Hello. What I might do next time is restart a new game, because what that'll do is, like, restart the dialogue for people who may have missed it these 2 weeks. But we'll see. Yeah, playing this game alone, I would probably get a lot more annoyed at it. Whereas when I play it like this, all of my failures are just really good content. Changing the name of the stream and the game from this game to another game. A Mario game. Update that info, and then I guess start setting myself up. That's true. Quality, great, fantastic, awesome, incredible.
It's me, Mario.
We shall return to you, Bennett Foddy. Oh. And your sexy hiking hell. I will probably go into Mario just as soon as I get the whole thing set up. I will probably break the stream off though, so that it has 2 clean recordings for the Twitch VODs. But it'll only be down and then back up for a second, so. For some reason, live run or live split is always fairly slow at getting started up. I don't really know why. It's kind of weird. There we go. That should get everything set up. I think since I have a little more space here. 2 upcoming splits, and then... Yeah, that seems better. Just another big look at everything. Ah, yes. If you haven't watched the trailer for Getting Over It, it's real fucking good. I'm gonna link it in chat real quick. As Mario runs around and provides great stream content for me. Night, Serene. Glad you could stick around for as long as you did for all of my foddy. Okay, that is almost in the right spot. Perfect. Okay, I am going to stop the stream and then restart it very, very quickly. So I will be right back.